Welcome to Stencil Sunday, hosted by the Painted Peach by Mary and Funky Junk Inspiration. Be sure to check out the playlist and watch all of the videos in this compilation. You are on Tuesday Talk. I do lives every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. I would love it if you subscribe to my channel, as well as my sister channel, Statement Designs. Well, Statement Designs is kind of more like the mother. I do furniture flipping over there. I started with this leftover footboard. I'll have to link the video that I did recently that I used the headboard and made another sign. So I'm just cutting off the legs and I'll recycle those spindles too. I'll do something fun with them at another time. But right now I'm just cutting those ends off just so I have that flat section that I can make a sign. I sand those edges to make sure they're really smooth and give everything a nice scuff sand and clean it. I start out by using a chalk paint by Dixie Belle called Savannah Mist. It's a great color for a sky, and that's kind of what I want for my background. I'm also going to add some cotton for some possible cloud images. So I just coat the entire piece lightly with the Savannah Mist. And then when I'm done, I add in a little bit of white using the same brush. The white is called Cotton, which is a perfect color for clouds if you ask me. This is from IOD's winter collection last year, and I think it's called Winter Forest. But every stamp set comes with some masks. So I'm just cutting out all those little masks. They're perforated, and then I'm going to use the rest for a stencil. So always think about things that are left that you can use for stencils. I'm going to use the color Highlands in Silk. It's a nice muted green color because I'm going to make a whole row of trees. I use some 220 grit sandpaper just to smooth everything out and kind of blend those colors together a little bit more. And I'm just using 3 different sizes of those trees. Some of them are too big for what I want. So I just want to make a line of trees and I want to make them really super random. So I just go along and use 3 different sizes and keep changing as I go along. Of course, I want to get most of the paint off my brush, so I have this tissue that I am using. A paper towel is usually better, but this will work. And I am perched at one of my favorite spots. I have one of those coffee tables that lifts up. As you can see, I load it up. It's a catch-all, but I like to watch other YouTubers as I do my craftiness and my painting projects. So one note with this is you can see it's super delicate, and I haven't taped it down or anything. So I'm just working very gently because I want the color to be super light anyway. So I start out kind of swirling but then I sort of end up offloading most of the paint in the middle where there is nothing, and then kind of just going over the edges like towards the inside, so from the outside in. So I carry on this way until I get the whole bottom of it lined with trees. I pull out this stencil pack from JRV Stencils, and they're script letters. And a little tip that I learned from them is to take a Sharpie when you get it and put the letters up in the right-hand corner. It's much easier to identify them. And also, do as I say, not as I do. Make sure you clean your stencils afterwards. It also makes it easier in the process. These ones are left from another project that I did. Pool days are the best days, that I got from Debbie's Design Diary, DIY a Go-Go. I will make sure to link that video so you can see that stencil project as well. I start on the lower right-hand corner and work backwards. I'm now using Dixie Belle's Caviar, which is the blackest black. I'm working backwards because I need to position. I'm not exactly sure where all these letters are going to go. So I want my script to be at the bottom. So I am trying to connect the letters. I used the first one as a guideline towards the bottom, but now I'm just kind of connecting them, as you can see. This is kind of a different script. So as you can see later, I have a love-hate relationship with some of the letters. Some of them I absolutely love. This T I'm not really fond of. But it is what it is. I carry on, and then I come up to my 4 words, the best days are. So I would like to say the best days are pool days, but I think my pool days are fading fast. So I am easily doing these. I did measure towards the bottom, and these are great because you can just kind of butt them up against each other and it spaces itself. And it's so easy to do a whole word at a time. So I do really like this stencil. Now I'm taking a Posca pen, and I'm using the fine tip end, and I'm just kind of connecting some of those that didn't connect. That's another reason to clean your stencils. If I had that one cleaned, I would have been able to see through it. It would have been a little bit easier. But now I'm just kind of correcting some of these things. And then I switched to the heavier tip to finish it. I don't like that separation in the T, so I'm closing that up. I'm usually not one that cares too much about closing up those stencil lines. That doesn't bother me, but this time I am closing them up. Lastly, I take another Dixie Belle product. This is a stain. It's a water-based stain in the Voodoo Gel Stain line, and it's called Bleached Cypress. I'm just going to go along the edges and just kind of give it a little bit of a distressed, not even so much a distress because it is a lighter color, so I'm just kind of going along those edges and just framing it out a little bit. And then I also go along the sides of the trees and just one side of the trees to kind of give it the look of a highlight as if the sun was hitting one side. And then I take a little bit of it through the sky as well. Are you ready to have a look-see at the final product? Here you are. I think this would be a nice piece to put over a bed or in a nursery. Thank you so much for watching today. Remember, you can find me over on Statement Designs as well as the Tuesday Talk channel. If you like this content, I would love it if you give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Find Statement Designs on the web at www.statementdesigns.org and on social media as Statement Designs. Stay well.